5 seconds remaining. OG's turn to ban. Dire team OG's turn to ban.
Welcome back, Qualifier DreamLeague Season 11 Major Time Qualifier time first, of course. We are in the middle of one of the initial matches. The initial series of matches for the qualifiers, there's 4 matches at the same time. We had a choice to make. We had to choose between 4 different series, which one is the most exciting to watch. And we chose Alliance versus OG, and the first game definitely proved that I think we made the right choice, but I also want to point out,
what? This bracket is wrong.
This bracket is not wrong.
It said Liquid lost.
And they did.
Can we check that production? Liquid lost?
Liquid lost.
They're telling us it's right.
Lost? Yeah. Liquid?
In case anybody's wondering,
but they got Miracle, right? They got Miracle.
And the real deal got Excalibur and EGM. It's their squad, basically.
Oh, EGM?
EGM is back.
He is back. This is the year of EGM. I'm calling it now. EGM will win this TI, and if he does, he's going to give me $1 million.
Nip versus Vega is also game 1 is done. I didn't see the score just now. Was it Nip win? Nip won game 1 against Vega, and Secret won game 1 against Caban, which means there's no surprising results other than the Liquid one. I'd say.
No, that's
because we were expecting OG to best Alliance in that first game. We're going to find out if Alliance can turn it around, because it was very close. And as we pointed out, I mean, there was a really unorthodox draft that OG pulled out. And if they had an orthodox draft, well,
they still played really well. There are some drafts that are unorthodox, and you win only because of the cheese that you draft. Like you get a Brood or a Meepo or sometimes an Arcord, and you win because of that, right? But their draft was unorthodox, but they also executed so well, and it didn't look like a draft that's easy to execute. That's my point. So I don't know if Alliance has what it takes to take game 2, but they definitely do draft well. They have what it takes to win in the current meta, and it's going to be an exciting game too.
And do you think it's enough to ban out Shadow Demon? OG opened with Shadow Demon Monkey King, which is basically, it can be Monkey King Thompson, it can be Monkey King Jarex, and Shadow Demon, like vice versa. They do ban out Shadow Demon.
They ban it out.
I think that's good respect. I mean, because it's something he was obviously, Thompson's great on, and it's something that you're not used to playing against. Like you have ideas and ways to play against a lot of the popular meta heroes. You probably as a team, you don't have a plan against the mid Shadow Demons. So if you don't understand it, just get rid of it.
This is not a popular meta hero. This is a keeper of the light. For some reason.
Not super popular in the games that we have watched, but he's definitely strong.
He's still good, yeah. He's still good.
You've got 3 heroes she used to put on that.
Yeah, I know. It's like everybody's on my side this time. Where is Keeper of Light going to go? Is that an offlaner now?
Dual offlane is most likely, but it can be that position 5 as well. I really hate it when Kotal is played as 5 on that safe lane. I much more prefer him on that off lane, so you can push out the lanes, pressure their safe lane, and then pull the side camp.
I put Jugger Disruptor on the off lane as well. Oh, safe lane. Sorry.
Safe lane. Yeah, most likely that's the case.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying. The Alliance Pride, they love the Disruptor. And to be fair, there were some good players with the Disruptor. You can see how it can sort of catch out and especially punish these sort of a little bit clowny players that OG like to go for, jumping in and out.
Yeah, Disruptor is definitely a hero that allowed them to catch that Shadow Demon so many times. It works really well for them.
OG's turn.
I do like the change to the Kotal, by the way.
What, are you talking about the big rework?
Yeah, the big rework.
Yeah. I mean, it depends. Again, it was one of those hero changes that just changes the whole nature of the hero.
He became more simple.
It did. He's a team fight hero now, isn't he? You go to a team fight, you press R, bam.
Kotl was one of my favorite heroes, and
Because he had
I
these
was a
different
bit sad,
forms, and
yeah.
he changed between. And there was a lot of reasons and meanings to do it and to manage it and stuff. And the Ags was cool. It was yeah. It was definitely. It was one of those reworks that didn't make the hero necessarily worse. It just made it
Less fun.
Yeah, it was like, sure, the hero's good because the ult is really strong, but
Yeah, I guess Kotl is going to be
weird.
on that safe lane Earth Spirit on the offlane +1. Yeah, he's definitely not as fun as he used to be.
no. No, I mean you're just building him around that point where late game you get what refresher,
Refresher.
and it's sure you're going to dominate a team fight because you're going to have double will o' the wisp, but it's a bit more. It's a much more one-dimensional hero now. But saying that, could this be the legend of the mid Kotl?
Legend of the mid Kotl.
The legend
It
of the mid
could.
Kotl.
No.
The legend of the mid. No, the top.
Normally, when you have a Kotl, you want to have it position 4. I thought that OG also wants position 4 Earth Spirit. So I kind of feel like they do the same thing.
You can play 5 Kotl now. Before you needed a position 4 Kotl, it was mandatory because you wanted that agonist as soon as possible.
Yeah, I guess you don't want that anymore.
Yeah, you also didn't want Kotl on the safe lane because you were out pushing all the time with your nuke, and then your carry is lost. He can't really approach the creeps. So that's why he was played on position 4 all the time.
I mean, what could be more realistic? Even though it probably isn't because you have Jax, but then again, you have Jax and you could have been. The mid Earth Spirit. This hero can work in the middle lane. Thompson, he could do it. He could do it.
Actually, mid Earth Spirit.
Mid Earth
I
Spirit.
don't know if it's a Thompson hero though, to be honest. But
Everything to Thompson. Thompson, he doesn't
He
care.
can do everything.
He's probably never played it before, but it will be a Thompson hero.
mid Earth Spirit can work. We've seen some position 3 Earth Spirits, and I think it can work. I think we played it recently.
He used to. Did he play it recently? Yeah, I don't know. He did.
He played it.
I wouldn't
They
be surprised.
lost. It wasn't great,
Okay.
but at the same time, the hero definitely hits this certain peak early on if you put him as a core, and he dishes out so much damage in these team fights.
And he's tanky.
And he's tanky. He catches you off guard. He has one of those talents as well, which are really good if you get to it really fast.
We'll see. But
It's very unlikely.
it's unlikely. But it's OG, who knows? But yeah, it's probably most likely to just be your 2 supports. But hey, time will tell. We'll see as the draft develops. OG this time going to ban out the Darkseer, and yeah, Alliance taking away the troll. So the Alliance, they have that Juggernaut. They were in fact the team to ban out the Magnus though, which I guess you do have to go against OG because OG will pick Magnus first too.
Interesting. They are the team that picked Jug, and they ban out the Magnus, which benefits them, right? Magnus would be so good for Alliance. And OG is the team that has Earth Spirit, but they ban out the Darkseer, which would be so good for them.
They're both combo breaking themselves.
They're combo breakers, pretty much. Tiny, though. All right, one on my side.
We'll see. So Tiny.
I'll get it.
Tiny is going to have the power to burst the squishes like the Kotl. And what lane is it going to be in? You think side lane? A Quake for Tiny could be on the cards, depending on the matchup down. That they see later on, depending on what OG's going to draft. But for most likely on the offlane.
Yeah, most likely we're gonna see this Tiny right here somewhere on that dire offlane with another hero. I don't know which one, but something that they opt to go for on that position 3.
Yeah, I mean, Alliance is definitely one of the teams where Tiny's still a strong pick because it could be in any of the positions. Ember Spirit.
Ember.
So, I mean, it's Thompson because obviously, classically, this was rest in peace Anna's hero, but he's
in peace.
I mean, until next TI when we resurrect him.
We resurrect him every
he's sort of this biblical entity.
Is he even real?
Exactly.
It's even real, yeah.
He wasn't even at True Side. We saw him on camera, but what was he real?
People sort of laughed at OpenAI this year and the way it lost its games, but really OpenAI's real project, it was A.N.A, this new bot that they can only bring out once a year because it's very, very expensive to run and maintain.
Oh.
That's why you don't see them anywhere outside of TI. Drow Ranger and Ember Spirit, this is a weird draft, and I like it.
Definitely weird. Drow can suffer versus that bat if they position the bat on the offlane. You can run her down if you get a few stacks on her. But is it gonna be It should be Drow safely.
It should be, but it could be Drow mid and Ember safe.
It could be. Like, it might happen that they try to dodge that bat.
Yeah.
Even Ember versus bat mid.
It's not nice.
It's not nice. Neither of these two heroes work super well versus bat. Especially the new bat with the movement speed buffs.
Well, yeah,
We saw the new bat a couple times. I thought it was nice, but I wouldn't say.
well, it got
Was
buffed.
great.
Yeah, it got buffed, but I wouldn't say it was OP. Like, it's not like, oh, that Bat Rider, that's going to be the next OP. Like, it was still. It was good, but it wasn't.
Yeah, it's not like it was game winning.
Yeah, he didn't take over the game and made it a Bat Rider show or something. Maybe we just haven't seen the right Bat Rider yet. That could
Maybe
be, of course.
all Alliance Bat Riders actually. If there's a Bat Rider that we're to watch, and if there's a Bat Rider that can be game winning, it's definitely the one of Alliance. And they play it so well.
What do you make of the? I know I'm going back to the first pick, but the Disruptor in previous game wasn't. Well, it was good on the lane, and then it fell off. Legion Commander.
That's basically your classic counter to Bat Rider.
It is.
On the lane, Legion Commander just completely crushes Bat, often because you basically take off the stacks.
Oh, I like this. I mean, this is it's settling, boys and girls. This is a nice game again. We're getting some different heroes out. I was Kunkka lesser, but it's a good. Alliance is drafted strong.
It's Kunkka mid, most likely for Alliance.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
We're gonna see the Legion running it wherever Bat is.
I put Bat Rider there for now.
They're gonna try to lane. I think they will try to lane Bat where.
Legion versus Bat.
Legion versus
Okay.
Bat. So if you are Alliance, you definitely want to dodge the Bat Rider with the Legion.
And you will do a tri lane here.
Oh, you want to.
You wanna get against.
If you are Bat, you don't want to be versus Legion Commander.
No, because you're not gonna die. You're not gonna get kills.
Later on, the lasso isn't really that great. If Legion is positioned well, you can take it off.
Yeah.
So
Unless it's it's most likely the Topson plays the Ember, but who knows? We could see OG switch around the heroes again and give us something crazy.
well, I like Alliance's drafts, but I'm still gonna go with OG again.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. I think this is another bit of a draft from OG that's it's all over the place. I mean, it's very rare you see a Drow picked and then 2 melee cores with that Drow core like that.
We used to see Drow.
Doesn't make sense, but it's OG, so it probably will make sense in some weird and fantastical way. So I'll go with OG again. They've got a plan, and Alliance, I think they'll play well, but they might not have an answer to this plan because they don't know what the plan is.
Yeah, I'm going OG too. It's just that Drow. I don't know. The Bat versus Legion Commander isn't great, but. OG is better.
Okay, I'll go for OG as well, mostly because Cottle first pick, they must have something in mind that they know what they're doing. I think that if the series overall is going to OG, but if Alliance is going to win the game, it's going to be this one, because this is the one where I have more doubts about OG's lineup than the previous one.
What's Topson playing? Is he just playing the? He is. Oh, so it's the mid drow. He's doing it that way around. Mid drow and safe lane Ember. Alright.
Let's see who's playing Bat. Boxy on the Bat, obviously. Boxy plays that hero really well. It's gonna be whatever lane Legion is not on, I suppose. They're just gonna try to dodge the Legion with that Bat.
Oh, Jarax! That's the first blood. Well, waltzes into a bit of a dangerous neighbourhood, and the first blood going to Qualifier as well. So a nice little bit of a boost to Alliance's mid.
Yep.
Well, let's see how we go. So the mid drow, so what? Like no one was playing it a few times. I don't think in this qualifier. But I can't remember when that was, but there was a tournament or so. No,
it was in this qualifier.
That was in this qualifier.
Okay. He played Drow versus Razor actually and won.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah. So the mid drow. Against the Kunkka. Let's see how well he can do.
He should do fine.
You think about, at the start, Qualifier still going to be able to get those denies right with the Tidebringer against the
Qualifier should do super
Drow.
well against him, but again, this Drow, it's a Topson Drow.
Yeah. Oh, we'll see. We'll see what sort of magic Topson can come out with on that mid lane Drow. And what sort of matchups we're going to see in the side lane. See if they do get the LC versus the Bat, and it does look to be that way, as the Bat is going top, and Seb's already in position on that top lane. So Alliance, by those we did, they're choosing to take that jug down to the bottom lane aggressively, as he should have a pretty good time farming down here with the backup of his 2 supports for now.
I don't know if this is the lane that they wanted, but it's the lane that they got. And it's gonna be a problem for that bat, definitely. They might win this one, but the bat is definitely not gonna win his lane.
No.
Yeah, we did just see some pings coming out, so we'll see if that is going to mean the lanes are going to be switched around. Yeah, let's see. We'll see how well Topson is going to be able to CS against Quaifur's Kunkka. Of course, especially on the early levels, Quaifur should have that opportunity to make sure he gets the lion's share of the farm. Once the Frost Arrows start leveling up, as well as that aura, Topson will be able to trade some good blows back to the Kunkka.
So far he is doubling the CS on mid.
This is scary though. I mean, OG pushed that wave out with the Coddle, and now they all of a sudden have to be scary about this trial.
Oh, RTW.
He actually juked so well. He moved in the opposite direction, and then that spin didn't even connect.
Yeah, that's he gets
really
out. I mean, that looked like guaranteed death, but RTW manages to play his way out.
And level 1 Tiny, so the only thing he had was that toss, and was already on cooldown.
They're actually committing 2 heroes here. I wouldn't expect that. I don't think that Seb needs help versus the bat, but... Can catch him, actually.
He's going to turn, but I think RTW is dead, isn't he? Oh! That's not going to keep him alive. They tries to dodge it with the sleight of fist, but he's still gone. Mid lane, Jarrus comes in with a rotation and sets up for Topson.
Oh, they needed this. I mean, look at the CS. I had 4 CS on Topson versus 12 of Kunkka.
Yeah, they had to...
They had to react. They had to do something about it.
And as you say, he can do that because Seb's fine on his own.
And now they're dodging the lanes. They're switching them up. But you can just... You port the top with Mickey, so you can just port bottom with Seb as well. If you wanted to, you can continue playing versus the bat as LC.
Well, Jax,
Would they want to?
he's picked up an invis rune. If they can find the opening onto one of these, this should be a kill. Yeah, already they brought RTW up here.
Yeah.
Slime chains onto Mickey. See if they can catch Mickey off guard. Kick him back, and that's going to allow them to right-click him down. So that
kick. That's so good.
played it perfectly to set up for a kill.
Port with LC bottom, and it's perfect for you basically.
Yep.
But the only problem is there's a slight chance that Jug just runs bottom. Oh, he's running top. Never mind. So yeah, they're gonna have a favorable lane for that LC.
Yeah, that's as you say, Jug dying without the TP available. It's going to be painful seconds where he's not getting involved in the farm.
And if he would end up walking bottom, that would mean that Batrider would have to walk up top, and his support's the same, right? And Derek would be alone, so
it's
he has
problematic.
to go top. Yeah, so the musical chairs and lanes won by OG for now.
Yep.
But this mid lane is still going really well for
top lane.
Whoops,
OG.
that's the Tiny dead.
Tiny Tiger out a little too far.
Yeah, this lane is definitely better though for Boxy, as he can do this. He doesn't even have to contest Seb at his farm. Just go grab as many creeps as you can, connect them to a nearby creep camp, and farm it.
On mid lane again, Jarek's just sorting out any problems that Topson would have by making these ganks successful to allow Topson to catch up in a 1v1 matchup, which, as we saw, did start tough. It's a Kunkka. Quaifur's going to get that CS. And Jarek's is doing his best to keep tabs on it, get Topson in a good position in the game.
Yeah, Jarek's our spirit.
This is
There's a reason why that's a staple for him.
definitely. Now you're gonna see this. He's gonna eat that tree. Gonna pull the camp to himself when he farms everything from mid, and he's gonna have double the benefit of farm. Just because he's Radiant, basically, you can't do this on Dire, but on Radiant, it's so easy. Out push, go here, attack them, farm near to the tower. Easy game. Ease.
Max efficiency from top lane, another catch out onto Insania. That's down bottom, a bit of an attempted dive onto Seb. Boxy is tanking a lot of the tower there. The Firefly's going to wear out, and Boxy with the problems. He will be fine by the looks of it. And in fact, Seb, he does have both spells available.
There was a run for the rune, but the shorter cooldown on the Firefly is helping out there as well.
So RTW going for a bit of the chase down. He's going to get the mana back from the call. Doesn't even need it at the end of the day, as they get the kill. Anyway, onto the Tiny is this time round OG's getting this favourable, these lanes where they're able to make these kills happen. Solo farm is good for Alliance. Qualifier still sitting well on the CS. The mid lane's going to be a little trickier now though, as Thompson's hit is 6.
Yeah, he has, I think that's the 4th raid band coming his way. So he hits super hard, and it's not like he doesn't really care that much about that Tidebringer any longer. And he can even trade effectively with the Kunkka, so very OG read it perfectly what they had to do in these lanes, and they sent the Red Spirit to pressure mid. I mean, this all comes down to the fact that they have a favorable side lane, which they don't have to interfere with, and then the Red Spirit can decide in between the other 2 lanes, and that hero just rotates so well.
Yep.
It was an Red Spirit.
At the 6-minute mark, No-Till was at the top rune, Jarex was at the bottom rune, so they had full control of that as well, with now an illusion rune for their spirit. Not the most active one, but still nice to deny that from Alliance.
One of the closest for Alliance though being ILTW's farming the Ember Spirit, not looking too hot. Sure, he's been getting involved in a lot of kills, but it is leaving him in the lowest position in CS at the moment, and of course a lot of the time being shared in this lane, so a little behind on the levels compared to Mickey.
Yeah, you definitely want levels as soon as possible on Ember Spirit, so when you're on the side lanes you don't have that benefit, which isn't really great. This, however, is something they need to address. Drow, when she has like a free lane and also is given Ancient.
Yeah, Thompson's going to be accelerated so far.
Yeah, he's going to have that power threat stagger very soon. It's going to be... It's going to be a dead No-Till.
Yep.
And Mickey getting some action going his way up top, and as I say, his farm not being hindered too much. The Jug's getting the gold up there.
Yeah, Jarex died there as well, so it's a rough one.
This bet has found quite decent chunk amount of farm actually, even though he's playing versus LC, so creep skipping and doing what he could paid off in the end definitely. Oh, so I love how he turned.
The slowest turn.
Yeah.
Top lane, toss back onto LTW. Have the Blade Fury to break through the Flame Guard, but they won't chase any further with No-Till hiding around. They want to be making sure that they don't get caught off guard by the blast.
They have to block this camp.
He has just 8 minutes in. Thompson has got the treads done on 4 Wraith Bands. I mean, this is a very hard-hitting Drow at the 8-minute mark.
There's Invis on Qualifier. They might try and kill him here.
Has he got? He's just boycotted on his own. Maybe with the bow combo, it's enough.
He cannot do it alone. There's no way.
And ILTW, he actually will fall here by the looks of things. He's not yet level 6. Doesn't have any spirits or remnants to jump to.
Oh,
it's locked.
That's what I needed.
Yeah. But I mean, he's gonna devour it as soon as possible.
Yep,
I mean, it's essentially, for this move, I think you need a smoke with your supports. You go in, you kill him, you ward up that cliff, so you see when he goes back in to devour, then you kill him again.
On bottom lane, there's going to be the rotation. The gang from Qualifier comes in to catch out Seb, as they'll open up that lane even more for Boxy so he can continue. The D-Ward, as you say, easily done by Thompson.
It slows him down for a minute though, at least, so that's
No. The respawn is now. It didn't even.
It didn't even block the first one?
It didn't even block one. I think he saw the ward being placed.
Efficiency.
The speed there.
And look at that.
As you said, well, Thompson, the build, you'd assume he just gets the Blink Dagger next?
I mean, there are 2 builds that are very common right now. One of them is Blink. Blink build. It's just Insania is going to fall here.
Did it the slow from ILTW jumping in with the remnants. Insania does manage to glimpse back the Ember Spirit, but the Sleight of Fist will hold ILTW in place, so he can stick around for the fight. Boxy's come in with the TP, Fireflies, but has no real way of getting in, as the lasso not quite yet available once again. Mana's a little low as well. Jarex does continue to chase down Tiger. Thompson's here as well.
Look at this now. Oh, bam.
Got him.
4 raid bands.
It's a lot of pain, a lot of hurt.
So basically, you either go for Blink Dagger, which allows you to farm faster, and also...
Seb?
I'm scared.
Can they kill him though? He has got the W. And that should be enough to get him out of there. Unless they can hit another torrent.
Glimpse him back.
But Seb's got backup coming in. Is the backup soon enough? And is it enough to do anything? It isn't. The torrent's there. They'll lose Seb.
Fall as well. He has to be careful. How many remnants does he got? Alright, he's fine. Yeah, he's going for the blink. So blink gives you mobility. You can reposition yourself into.
Oh, that was the wrong.
Oh no!
Oh, wow.
The Omni Slash.
Tipped.
But he misses the hits, right? Does he? In between?
He misses the hits in between.
Yeah,
sure, with the blinding light. But the Omni slashes
Yeah.
still go through.
Was
You're right. It could have been more damage if it was.
Wait, what? No, he hits them all, doesn't he now? Omni Slash?
He hits all the Omni slashes, but you can also continue to right click during Omni Slash, and those right clicks.
No, but didn't that change when they changed it so it was now just a set amount? I don't know. Twitch chat next.
Twitch chat now.
We're just testing Twitch chat. It's fine. They all know.
Well, no.
I'm certain they know.
Was that this change? Was that this change?
Oh no, the change with Omni Slash was a while ago. I can't remember when that was.
I'm gonna find out.
That was
The last
the big change after TI, or was that before TI?
The big patch before this one.
Yeah. That
I'll
was when
just
they made
wait
it.
for Twitch chat to tell us. Tweet at us. Thank you.
No, tweet at Slacks.
Tweet at
Slacks can.
He said
Slacks will tell us.
Yeah.
At Sir Action Slacks, can Juggernaut does he still right click during Omni Slash?
Actually, yeah, but what could everyone tweet at Slacks to really confuse him? Because he's definitely not watching this because he's left.
Well, he did recently tweet to ask. He asked people like, "Hey, what are your most memorable sad moments in Dota 2?" So,
well, let's do something really mean to him.
where is this coming from?
Because it's hilarious.
Just tweet to him that you're sorry for something.
That's what I was thinking.
But don't explain. Don't say what.
Just tweet at Slacks.
Yes.
I just saw the Reddit post.
Yeah, we wish you all the best.
Wish you all the best.
Sorry for what happened.
At least there's Artifact or something, you know. So he's like, what have I done in Dota? So everyone tweet at Slacks.
Totally understand your decision. Good luck with Artifact.
Good luck with Artifact. I've just heard the news. He's gonna be like, what?
Just heard the news.
What did I do to
Open your Twitter. Click new tweet.
Yeah.
Hey Slacks. Just saw the news.
Wish you all the best in your future.
Good luck with Artifact.
Good luck with
Totally
Artifact.
understand.
We'll miss you.
We'll miss you.
I'm sure I'll be confused by all the two people that do that. Anyway, mid lane, dive in. They've got the catch. Do they get the pure damage? Yeah, they do. Set 1,221 victories. That's a lot of wins.
That's a lot of wins.
It's a lot of wins.
A lot of damage.
The laning stage is kind of over. We know that OG came out ahead of that one. What has Alliance got to look forward to in terms of how are they going to get their game plan going? Like, what's their shtick?
Oh, they get the pullback here with the Will-O-Wisp. They're going to get Insania as well.
Well, I mean,
Maybe not. Yeah, they are. He looks towards the light. Top turn. He's still alive. He's going to get healed up. He's ready to turn and start aiming from the high ground. As Tiger is surrounded, there's no escape for him, and RTW's not done. Diving forward, looking to chase down Qualifier. He has got a searing chains available to hold him in. Is there any backup though? It doesn't look like there is, so there is. Thompson's in with the gust. Stunning him down with the frost arrows. RTW still on top in the Omni Surge though from Mickey. Will kill off Seb. He'll turn towards Thompson with the Blade Fury. Boxy's going to be coming in with the TP. Thompson still alive for now, but finally falls. Mickey gets him. The blast back from No-Tail will allow No-Tail to walk back to safety. RTW is still trying to find to Mickey, but Mickey's got the healing power, the healing ward, and Mickey gets the triple kill. As they're not done yet, Alliance Jerks being followed by Boxy in the skies as Alliance will hit back at OG, and Jerks he's got a roll.
He's got a roll.
He's got a roll, and
Very low mana.
there we go. They caught him. They caught him. Alliance.
So they didn't even get the tower. I guess Alliance's stick is wait until OG just fight the bad fight and overcommits, and then Mickey will clean up.
I mean,
he did.
The Jug can carry this game.
Yeah.
This is basically what it is for Alliance. At the moment when you asked that, I was gonna tell you that they have no ways of fighting properly until they get some initiating tools. Like they need some blinks. The Shadow Blade on Kunkka is good, but it's not enough.
Yeah.
Or you can basically wait for OG to feel too cocky and they dive under the tier 1 like they did. Even though they killed a couple of heroes, they respawned by the time that fight was over, and you can't do that. You have to respect your enemy a bit more. So yeah, if they overcommit, if that draw is out of position with that blink, then perhaps you can move behind your Omni Slasher. That's great. But if not, you're definitely gonna need some form of initiation before you can take proper fights, before you can be the team that actually starts these fights.
Well, that final already looked very good for Alliance. However, they can't get anything off the back of it. They did just get the bottom tier 1, but that's a trade with the top tier 1 they're losing right now. But yeah, no towers actually as a result of that fight. Neither on the side of OG though, so. Tier 1 mids. Strategic point.
Mid lane, set. He's ready to fight, and he's going to get the damage. Another win for Seb on his Legion Commander. Now the jungle. Alliance, they're making the invasion onto OG's out of the map. TPs will be coming into the shrine though. OG, can they fight back? Doesn't look like they can. Jarex will die, and the Glimpse will make sure that no one else is coming in to help out. This Alliance get the pick off onto the Earthspit. But Seb, as I say, racking up the damage. It's Thompson, and he's going to build towards the Hurricane Pipe. It's getting closer and closer to having it done. ILTW, Maelstrom Mules. That's what he wants this game.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Gives you some
And standard safe lane stuff for the Under.
He was so good versus the Disruptor as well. Versus the Kunkka, it's really good. And the casual item that you usually buy on Ember, so. I like that Mickey didn't go for full Manta like he...
Yeah. Oh, but he did.
I really like it. I love it. There we go.
Oh, the ult down. They're going to catch Tiger out, but Tiger's got a lot of backup. As OG again trying to take a fight a little too deep. They'll lose Thompson.
Yeah, get out while you can. There's 5 people of Alliance at the right place at the right time.
With the toss back, they certainly can if needed, and it might not be necessary. With the static storm down, that will do the job.
Yep.
They get him. Actually, Manta makes sense versus Drow as well. You get the way of dealing with that silence, Earth Spirit silence too. So I was wrong. But overall, like Yasha into Battle Fury is probably a thing that's gonna allow you to have more impact late game. But right now, if they want to fight. That's your team.
And Tiger, he's caught out the coal. Motel step forward to try and go for a blast, but Alliance are on top of him.
While Alliance is taking some more control over this game, I can inform you guys that it is indeed a 2-0 in favor of Team Secret over Caban.
Cinderin?
Rest of the other 2 matches are still going on.
I was worried you were going to say Liquid lost.
Liquid lost 2-0.
But this isn't elimination, right? There's still lower bracket.
There's still lower bracket, so
Cinder has a chance.
Yeah, Cinder is more of a lower bracket type of player.
He has even got more chances because he has a chance in the group stages, and then he'll also still have a chance in the playoffs.
Yes.
There we go.
Loads of chances for everyone.
That's all he needed, Sin. Just another chance. I love Sin. I hope we get to see one of his games. We might do later. I'm sure we will. We'll get to see a Sin game
and
later.
tomorrow everybody will play as well, and at some point we're going to have no games on at the same time, so we'll definitely be able to watch some of his games as well. You can talk about him all you want.
We'll get him on the line. We'll call Sin. No, we'll call Sin if we cast him. I'm sure that's easily possible. That was OG. Again, I mean, it's sort of similar to the first game. A lot of chaos, a lot of back and forth. The last few back and forths have cost OG a little bit, as Alliance have found quite a bit of it. They're 3k lead now, so Alliance are going to be pretty happy with where Qualifier and McKenzie. So the farm just all across the board is going to be their team. Is quite hard for OG to make plays against now. Boxy going for the BKB after the drums. It's going to be pretty, it's pretty beefy frontline. He can just run in, grab someone with the lasso, and set up for Mickey and Qualifier to just have the damage to kill him. Qualifier's got a BKB.
That movement speed as well from the Firefly, from the drums, from the triangles, moves so fast.
You've got to be very aware of this bat just charging straight for you.
This is their problem, though. Like they don't really have a catch. Need that Shadow Blade on Kunkka. He needs to go first.
Yeah.
Instead, Jug goes first. What's he gonna do with Manta? He can't jump you. He can't break the blink from Seb. Because of that, Seb just gets out. That smoke wasted a little bit. They have DD though. They're gonna fight this tier 1. DD.
Qualifier goes for a poke near the tower. Qualifier does have backup with him. The static storm and the Omni Slash it down. Qualifiers going to survive, and OG, they're going to lose both Seb and Jerax. As the trap, the bait was set by Alliance, and OG took it, and it cost them both of their lives.
OG is having no grip on this game anymore.
This is looking, I mean, Alliance, as we see, game 1, the Alliance played well. It was just there against the draft that was a little confusing. I mean, this draft, from OG, is something different, and albeit confusing as well. So this Drow strat that isn't a Drow strat, and Alliance, they're being able to outplay OG in situations like that. They know that Seb's going to jump to try and find a duel, and they were prepared.
OG might have outplayed themselves a little bit as well with that first team fight, even though they crushed it afterwards. Oh, let's just see this.
See, Qualifier has got control.
There's Drow nearby. There's a lot of damage.
Let's see, Thompson is trying to get in the flame break, will knock him back. BKB is going to be popped by both Boxy and Qualifier. Boxy is going to charge straight in with the lasso. Thompson is going to be healed back up, and Qualifier is going to try and TP, but indeed, with the right clicks of Thompson, he's gone, and that will allow OG to head straight into the pit. No Kunk up for 45 seconds.
Yeah, they do have the grip on the game, but as soon as Thompson decides to join the fights, this Drow, man, she hits hard.
Yeah, and it is kind of on Thompson to carry at this point of the game, as still Ember, RTW, he's a little behind. On the farm, but they get the rush. Aegis is going to go in the hands of RTW as he's feeling a little vulnerable, and he's the one that for a lot of the time has been charging in and looking to set up fights with the chains.
Yeah, he's definitely the one up front, so it makes sense to give the Aegis to him, especially if Drow is just dodging fights and farming still. There's that blink and Pike, a lot of mobility, and this Tiny.
Yeah, they'll clear the trees out with the Will-O-Wisp, and Tiger will be found.
Had some mobility there with that blink, but was constantly hit, so couldn't get out.
Well, RTW already ready on the chase to find another potentially. Boxy has got the Shrine.
Has BKB as well, you can't really kill him here. I mean, you need a draw at least.
And he's got lasso up in 5 seconds. They have the glimpse back onto the Ember. RTW is able to get out just in time.
Perfect run out, actually. Alright, if you're Alliance, you just need, I believe he's going for Maelstrom, alright, so it's a lot of damage from this chuck.
Yeah.
Now what would be really good is if he could get some sort of repositioning tool, such as a Blink Dagger, so that he can jump on that.
Speaking of jumping on top of someone, this is actually a duel that might actually...
Losing the duel!
He is! Oh!
How did that even happen? How did he lose it?
There was a healing ward next to
Was it?
No, but the healing was out after it, wasn't it?
I think it was out, huh?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
was
he
there?
with the blade
Did he
now.
pop the blade now? He did, right?
He did pop the blade.
BKB on Boxy active, he's just trying to scout out. He is able to help kill off the Drow Ranger though by the looks of things.
Yeah, how did he lose that? I guess the Jug's armor with the Agi, I don't know.
Illidan
He's got a lot of Agi.
trying to get away, Nocturne not so lucky. Illidan still being chased down by Boxy. Got some stacks on, I don't think, did they have backup? Yeah.
Yep, they got the combo. RTW's dropped back.
That is
Alliance literally crushing OG now.
This game is so back and forth.
Well, at the moment, I'd say it's just fourth. Or back, whichever.
Whichever one.
That was so close. Ooh. It's gone. Legion is back. He's looking for
He's gonna die for that.
He's getting tossed back in. He's trying to get out.
Oh no, he's gonna get dual damage for that.
Dual damage there.
Boxy. Must be careful how far he chases.
There's Will-O-Wisp. They can continue chasing if they want to. They have draw in 2 seconds. They should go at least. There's Omni Slash. This is dangerous. Is she porting? Is that her?
Just on it.
Yeah, that was a draw. Who just...
Oh, these are some good bounces as well there. He gets the kill on Seb.
Yeah.
Seb's gone for 50, and Mickey will play Fury himself away from the ball of light.
A lot of RNG there for those bounces.
Jerry, that is still Alliance favorite fight.
Absolutely. Yeah, Mickey, he is going off. They were relying on they made this perfect game for the Juggernaut, and some of that creation of that. Like this game, it's been down to OG. They've been diving, they've been feeding kills to Mickey.
I mean, that duel on top allowed everything now to happen because you didn't have your LC, and once that rider uses lasso, you have no ways of dealing with it. So if LC was alive, you just purge the lasso off, and that's it.
I'll take that.
But I'm still dazzled by that duel. Usually LC with the blade mail just
Yeah, as I
destroys
say,
Jug.
I mean, with his agi, he's got 29 armor. How much armor does LC have?
Yeah, he's quite tanky.
LC's, you know, it's 15, so it is
yeah.
less. So obviously the blade mail return hits
And
their
he's
physical
heavy.
as well. So
Yeah.
his high armor's blocking him a bit.
Now with the maelstrom as well, like he has a
Yeah.
lot of damage.
Yeah. I mean, it was close.
Yeah.
You know, it was close. But I mean, you can totally see why Seb would go for that play, because you would expect to win the duel, but the,
I mean,
the
he
numbers
wouldn't-
quite
He
look up.
definitely wouldn't go if he didn't expect to win.
No,
the fight, so-
yeah. He's no.
Yeah.
Unless it's crazy.
It's Seb.
It's Seb.
Just a quick update from the other series happening
Liquid
right
lost?
now.
Liquid lost?
No.
Liquid lost?
No,
What?
no, no.
2-0?
Liquid made it 1-1. So they are going to the third game.
Liquid is back.
And at the moment also Nip is ahead versus Vega.
I kind of expected, to be honest.
Oh, boxing with the catch. He's found himself a no-tail call. Is there follow-up? There certainly is. Tiger's in with the combo. No-tail.
Double damage room. They didn't see it
Yeah.
because it's nighttime. At least that's going the way of ILTW.
They've got these items. They have their initiating tools.
I mean, Alliance
Instantly
is-
Alliance
they're
is just
strong.
Alliance
yeah.
is
They're really
ready.
it's this Ember Spirit just... RTW, he's not having the same sort of game as he had in the Terrorblade.
Yep.
It's...
Especially he had a rough start as well.
Yeah.
He needs more time.
But
But
we
he's
have-
not going to get it.
We haven't seen an Ember do very well recently, right?
True.
It's not.
No, and especially against sort of these heroes, you know, Qualifiers going to be super tanky down lines. This Jug with the Manta, the Blade Fury, it's very hard really for the Ember to get a grab on him and to actually hurt the Juggernaut. And one sort of misplaced
built-in
misplacement
BKB
from
basically.
yeah, the Ember just dies. If he gets stunned and the Jug's on top of him, he's going to get shredded by Mickey.
Still though, Thompson is their trump card
Yeah.
as long as he's in good position.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much all the last plays that we've seen where OG have, you know, fed kills and lost fights to Alliance, it has been when Thompson's not been involved. So we'll see how much things can change back in favour of OG when Thompson's joining him. Okay, quick with the Blade Fury, won't get caught out by the Gust. I mean, even if he does so, as we say with the Manta, he's hard to catch. As now, RTW will try and lead in. It's going to go for a remnant across the mall. Will-O-Wisp is down as OG are trying to fight back with the duel onto the Batride and the damage from the Thompson. They will kill off Boxy. They'll turn their attention towards Qualifier. They've got the boat coming down. RTW has got the Yules to buy some time for himself, but already that's the Coddle gone. Mickey's ready to fight with that Omni Slash onto Jared. A third cut down. Ember will buy back. Mickey just trying to charge towards Thompson, but Thompson has the damage. Shoots him down with the arrows. The rest of Alliance just choosing to get out of there. They will be able to do so, but OG finally able to kill Mickey. It's not an easy fight for them though. They lose 3 heroes and RTW buys back.
I mean, it's not an easy fight. You stated that he bought back, but also you have to realize that they fought in the best possible position. That cliff right there prevented Will-O-Wisp to even be hit. And they couldn't approach the left of the fight where Batrider was falling, where Jug was falling, so the fight got separated very favorably for OG, and they still didn't really manage to completely come out on top, but they did kill that Jug, so...
We do credit OG a lot for their strategic play,
Yep.
and because they're ahead now, it's going to come down to that, right?
Honestly, OG is a team that chooses where to fight exactly, and they force you to fight there somehow.
Yeah.
You don't even understand what happens. You're just fighting where they want you to, and that's one of their biggest strengths. I remember a couple of fights, a couple of games in which they had a complete open rush, like an opportunity to take rush, but they wouldn't. They would wait and bait the team out next to the rush pit, fight them there, kill them, then take rush and just instantly end the game. And you could see that they are doing exactly that.
Yeah, they're sort of looking at the bigger picture
Bigger
rather
picture
than
is
the
always
more
behind.
obvious plays and
They are
moves.
TI winners after all.
TI winners.
Do you want to fight at their shrine though? OG?
Did they see that? Was that ward down just in time to see the smoke? I don't think so, right? They're smoking around each other.
Yep, they're gonna take their high ground. Alliance is gonna take Radiant high ground, and the game of cat and mouse starts.
I see Quag for very close to his next big item too. 300 gold and the Daedalus.
Oh, he's gonna hit the card.
Yeah. I mean, they've got a lot of straight up damage with the Kunkka and the Jug. As long as Mickey can get on top of Thompson or RTW, you know,
Anyone that's in line.
I mean, anyone else will die, but if he can get those cores, it's going to be a very hard team fight for OG to try and swing back if they lose one or two of them at the start.
And you can see that Jug is getting that link that we were talking about. He's going to be able to exactly choose who he wants to go on.
I mean, after that, he goes for the Basher and Abyssal after the blink, do you think?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
You get the Basher. I mean, you can go for some Butterfly too, but I guess Basher is probably optimal. You take that Basher, you jump on Zaw, that's it.
Wait, is that a line from Seb? Or is that a line from Kunkka?
That's a line from Kunkka.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the faded yellow, yeah.
I was gonna say, how
They are
do you know?
showing someone on the lane. It's gonna bring this
Perfect Jarek's positioning. He knows, or rather they know, oops.
They know where he is.
And they know where he is.
And they should kill him.
They're gonna fight this. They put the Will of the
They have got the Will of the Wisp, and in fact, RTW is going to try and jump in straight away, look for Insane on the backlines. Thompson goes in with the side, it's got but Mickey. He has the only slash. In fact, Thompson, with that slide, he's going to put the LC in danger as well, as Seb and Thompson both fall. OG, without the two of them who have both brought back, they're trying to get back over it to turn the tide of the fight and help out RTW and Jarex. The static storms down from Insania, a quick side of the fish from RTW, but the glimpse is ready and waiting to drag him back towards them. He's got one around, but he can't get away. They lose RTW. Thompson's damage is enough to bring down Mickey. They've found two cores in response. OG, they get the duel as well onto Insania. They had to use two buybacks.
Yeah, and the lanes aren't really.
Dire's bottom tower.
I mean, Roche is about to spawn.
Yeah,
that
they have
is
to do
some
reason.
Gaben there.
I mean, that's them planning it perfectly.
Yes.
I know, honestly. That's why that's why they bought back.
I was wondering why they bought back, because it was a fight on the far end of the map. They would take a while, but yeah.
No,
They're 100% there. They have rush timer written down. Every single tier 1 team does, and you just buy back if you know that fight is going to allow you to take rush afterwards. If there was no chance that rush was going to be up, they would buy back 100%.
OG there. Still behind, of course, in network, but little players like this.
They didn't forget the cheese.
They didn't forget the cheese. They're TR winning team. You don't win TR if you forget the cheese.
Subs forgetting cheese.
We've seen it many times over the qualifiers.
We have, too many times. And with that fight, OG dips it back, and well, not yet in their favor, but definitely makes it more even.
Yeah, I mean, they have the Aegis and the cheese. I was there in a little bit of a risky position if of course they do lose those cores again. And
it wasn't likely because Jug used Omni Slash, and that Omni Slash, by the way, perfect bounces on Thompson. Thompson was kind of out of position though, but still, bounces could have been a bit more favorable for him.
Is there something that he is looking to buy, you think, that allows him to deal with those things better? Because the Omni Slash has been killing him so many times.
I don't think you can, actually. What
you can't save a slot for that, right?
I mean, you can get yourself a ghost or something, but it's not optimal.
No. You only got 6 slots.
Yeah.
Allocate them properly.
Maybe the ghost is actually a possibility.
Well, we used to sometimes see Blade Drow back in the day for that Agi.
Yeah. So maybe, but
I mean,
this time at least he has an Aegis.
Yeah, and with the man to blink Hurricane Pike and BKB, you know, these are a lot of items that he can slide around and just make sure that Mickey's unable to walk up and Omni Slash him.
Mickey is getting that blink though. That might be.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's going to be a little harder. They're going to have to really play around with vision to make sure that Mickey can't get on top of the Drow.
Moxie is on the right side here with his bat ready and waiting. He knows they don't have buybacks now. So this
and top lane is in favor of Alliance right now, so if they win a fight, they can capitalize on it too.
I see OG obviously push pretty nicely with Thompson on the Drow.
They do, but this is actually very dangerous, even though they have Aegis. You're playing versus Kunkka, it's very hard to run out. Also the bat.
Oh wow.
Oh wow, actually.
That hurts.
Indeed. Ember gonna outpush top, and probably, if they decide to fight, he can remnant back. Oh, he didn't go for that link in the end, he's buying a BKB.
Okay.
I don't know if I can agree with this. I mean, it is definitely necessary, but so far he had no issues.
Well, yeah, he did die in the last 2 fights.
Yeah, but the only thing that hurts him is the silence, and he can already mount out of that.
After using Omni Slash and all that he had, and he died basically because they bought back, right? So, but I guess he's thinking, so far I've positioned myself well.
Oh, they gotta go in fast if they want to.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the toss back onto Thompson. Kinetic field surrounds him for now. The buyback from Boxy. BKB will be popped by Thompson as he walks himself out of the Kunkka combo.
Get out now.
Boxy trying to jump in and see what he can find. He's making a beeline straight for that drow. Has the lasso, but he can't quite get close enough. So Thompson will be able to blink away. Make up with the Blade Fury, gets rid of the Will of the Wisp, as OG still having a bit of a poke at them. RTW goes for the slight and the chains.
That's gone, right? Because your BKB is out on the draw. Even if he does die, he doesn't have a BKB for afterwards. So you're done with your push.
That should be the case, but they are sticking around this high ground.
They got the ward, they have the vision. Koifer still has his BKB available. Jump forward from RTW, trying to find Insani, but he can't kill him off in time, so Insani still gets off the Static Storm. He'll use himself up by RTW, but he cannot get out. So Static Storm's down, the Chief does bring him back up to full. Mickey's falling low, but he gets the only slash off, but he's going to kill the Ember, but now he's out of it. They can finish Mickey off if they can find him. They're hunting for him and they'll get him. Thompson kills off the Jug, turns his attention towards the Kunkka as a duel for Seb sets up a second kill for OG.
With both with buyback available if needed.
I mean, if they wanted that, they have to buy back.
They've got
Tiger tosses him back.
one buyback. Thompson on top of him with the Firefly. Boxy pops the BKB. Thompson turning and punching into Tiger. They'll kill Thompson off the once. Tiger does fall.
He has a BKB up again when he respawns. It's back off cooldown.
He's just going to start fighting back onto Boxy. The bow combo coming through from Qualifier, but there's the BKB. Big hits from the crits. Jump forward. There's the lasso. They have Thompson caught. He's dragged back on the drow. He's surrounded. Jerix is trying his best to help out Thompson. Thompson turns with the silence. Kills off Boxy. He's trying to get away, but the X-Marks brings him back. An Alliance finish off the drow, keeping that bottom tier 3 tower alive. And drow now dead for 2 minutes without buyback.
Yep, the rest of the squad has already gone by the time that Thompson decided to go in. Seb was like, I'm out, see ya.
Yeah, Seb really went out very soon, and
He did.
that's why John dies so easily, because you have no way of clearing that lasso, right?
Yep.
So maybe Seb should have stayed a bit longer, but he also doesn't have a buyback, and it would have been a disaster if both of them died,
Yes.
because maybe you will even lose a side. However, you do have December. Do you have December? You have December.
You have December. That was close though. He's got to be careful there.
I'm jinxing these guys.
They didn't get the tier 3, right?
Nope, they didn't.
No, they didn't.
But yeah, 3 buybacks. 3 buybacks used by Alliance.
I guess.
Kunkka, Jug, and that.
Actually 4, sorry.
Yeah.
So pretty.
Not bad, not bad.
4 buybacks on cooldown.
And with that fight also, the gold graph is 0, as in less than 1k, which is basically no difference whatsoever. So that fight was the one to make it all even again.
Yep, because of all the buybacks, right?
Yeah.
Because of all the
Pretty much
buybacks.
offset it back. Back to the mid.
Jug did opt to go for that Blink Dagger in the end, so this next fight
Alright.
can go
And as
either
you
way.
say, you prefer this. You don't think the BKB would have really done much.
Yeah, definitely. You have the manta to, as Shiver said, like you deal with the silence with that.
Yeah.
And all you need is to position yourself well and to get out after that Omni Slash is done. But so far though, hasn't really been great.
The Vega versus Nip match is a little bit more even than it was when I last checked, by the way. So, not a clear victory for Nip. No, at least not a very convincing 2-0, even
Look
if
at
it's
this,
2-0.
please. Early in the game, Tiny relies on magic damage. A raindrop will mitigate a lot of that damage output. This is how you nerf a broken hero. You tell everyone that they have to buy
Buy a
That's the
raindrop.
way. Like, what is this? A tip specifically to mess with Tiny.
I guess so. Anti-Tiny tips.
All right.
Physical damage can be reduced by items that give armor.
This tip, it doesn't mean that you have to go mid.
No, I was going to say people read that and put their icon mid every game.
All right. Thank you, production.
Thank you.
Learning
Yeah.
new stuff.
Learning.
Everyone has
Dream
bad
League.
games. Everyone makes mistakes. Yeah.
Everyone has bad games.
And everyone will get reported when they have a bad game.
Yeah.
In my pub.
You actually reported
you
that
did.
on last night.
Yeah.
Dude, he had
he
4
lost.
slippers of agility. Alright.
He lost 3 towers mid by what? 10
11 minutes.
Yeah.
He didn't say anything.
He did not.
That's the worst sort of feeder, a silent feeder.
Silent. silence.
No, but that's the thing. He didn't feed. He just let the
So
talent
he
die.
didn't say anything.
Submitted.
He didn't feed. He didn't do anything. He didn't even do anything intentionally wrong.
Like 10 minutes in, you look at the mini map. You hear always say at least Ark Warden is having a good game. I'm like, what?
How is he having? Yeah, he's dying. But
Dark map. In mid. Oh, no.
I mean, you know, reports aren't for players that necessarily do something bad. They're for players that play bad. It's like at school, you know, you get a report.
No.
That's what Gaben's asking.
No.
that's it.
Yes, it's how they sort of prepare for the mighty purge. You know, down the lane, in a few years' time, Valve will look, and every player that played bad will be extradited from this planet and forced to colonize on Mars,
What?
where they will forever play bad MOBAs for eternity.
Oh, God, that's hell.
It's all part of the plan, so... Oh, here we go. See, he knows what's up. We saw no one play Mid-Kunker the other day. Didn't take the 60% Tidebringer, but Quake for Will. So we're going to see some big crits now from...
The way he itemized as well allows him to.
Sure, yeah, he's got the day that he's going for the punches. And there we go, the new one for Seb, the AoE Press the Attack. It's a pretty strong buff.
Just in case Bad gets that Aghanims, you're going
Aghanim's back counter. There we have it.
But wait, if he uses Aghanims on one target and he connects two, if you purge the first target, you purge the second,
We
right?
must do. Otherwise it would look really weird.
Yeah. But if you
it's
purge the
attached to the
second target, do you purge the first as well?
I don't
You probably
know.
wouldn't, right?
We'll have to get Twitch chat on that one. We've got Refresher all against a bit of big stuff now. So Drow 25's got the 50% cooldown. You've got Refresher on the Cottle. So the next fight, it's going to really kick off. It's still close, so only a 1k difference between these two teams.
Yeah, it can go either way, actually, and this game is definitely...
And he is doing it. She was right, I was right. He's getting the Ghost Scepter, he's getting the E-Blade. The E-Blade Drow is back.
You were right.
50% cooldown.
It definitely does help.
Dude, the double E-Blade.
Yeah, I have one of them spirit, so...
Yeah.
I mean, this was necessary. Someone had to get that T-Blade. Mickey definitely wins the game alone with that Omni Slash. He gets it on the right
He's been
target.
crushing it on the jog. But yeah, the double E-Blades are going to eventually come out.
Maybe a glimmer on someone as well might help, like on the Scotland.
RTW! They tossed him. The Ghost Scepter on Notel, keeping him fine from the Omni Slash for now, as he will survive. Blade Fury's there onto him and will finally finish him off as Notel is gone. Look at the duel on Seb. He's caught Mickey, and Mickey's down for 2 minutes, but Seb also died. They both died.
Thompson on the high ground.
He's punching into Tiger. Tiger has the avalanche. He is trying to approach him. The second Will of Wisp comes out. He'll turn with Thompson as Thompson has been caught in the Static Storm. Cannot escape even with the Manta. Thompson's gone. 3 buybacks coming out from OG. It's Seb charges forward, looking towards Tiger. Roll forward from Jags to catch the Tiny out. And that's 3 dead down Alliance. They do not have buyback.
This looks like a possible game.
This should be the opening that OG realised that they can find, buying back en masse to punish the fact that no buybacks are there for Alliance. They're still on cooldown, and OG, they know they can walk for the game.
Oh, they are actually...
I mean, it's over. They don't have buybacks. Unless the Baton Disruptor can do something crazy.
They still have last available. Maybe he sells everything.
Oh, look at AoE press the attack to end it even faster.
No, it worked some creeps. Did you see that? There was
yeah.
the clip on Reddit on the mega creep. That's
It's terrifying.
maybe
OG. Oh,
There's one
that's the
lasso.
last solo.
that's nice.
Oh, he didn't get it all the way, though.
But it's not nice enough.
GG.
GG is called. OG will take the series 2-0
I
against
also
Alliance.
want to take this opportunity to thank everybody for doing what we said.
They actually tweeted slaps.
Look at
So
this.
let's have a look. Let's read some of these.
Actually,
But anyway, congratulations OG for winning the series. Answer action slack. Sorry, man. Good luck, though.
do the other thing too.
So sorry.